Hello and welcome. In this structure building tutorial, we'll make the focus on the service structures, but know that this works for actually all structure within Sengens. So let's start with chosen property. So 21 Duke Street. So first of all, you want to take the address and go to the Sengen City Hall. You press Command F on Mac and Windows F on Windows, and you will have this search bar appearing on top right of your screen. So you enter your address. So in this case, 21 Duke Street. So yeah, you can see 21 Duke Street. And then you can check the line of the property and using the tier column in what tier this property is part of. So in this case, 21 Duke Street is an emerald property. To define the side of the sidewalk, you will need an emerald crown. So let's get that item. So yeah, you go to Big Up London, pretty easy to find. Just type London in the Upland search bar. Just tap London and it will get you right away to the Big Up London shop. So there, first of all, you will have to contact us on the Discord and we'll organize the reservation of the right asset for you. So you just have to provide us the quality of the property. If it's emerald, so yeah, there is 3 tiers and there is sapphire, so it's the smallest prop. You got emerald, that's middle range properties, and you have ruby. Ruby is really huge properties. You have only 100 ruby, I think. So yeah, in this case, you can see there is an emerald crown reserved for you and a fence. So here we choose a tiny fence for the property, for the 21 Duke Street. So if it's reserved for you, you can click on the one apex. If the button is black, it means that it's reserved because there is the R on top left of the image. But if it's not green on the bottom button, it's not for you. And the emerald situation is a bit special because you can actually choose between the 2 type of fences. So the tiny fence is reserved if you have a sapphire property. You can only use the tiny fence, and if you have a ruby property, you can only use the bigger fence. So this is that one display on the screen. This is if you have a ruby property, you only can use this type of fence. But if you have an emerald property, and in this case we have an emerald property, you can actually choose between the 2 type of fence. So you just have to let us know what you prefer for your property, and you can actually choose between the 2. That's the specificity of the emerald properties. There is another specificity about emerald properties that we'll get to really soon. So yeah, every time you have the oops, you can refresh your page, and normally it will succeed. So yeah, so as you can see, we have a oops, we refresh, and once refreshed, the action actually succeeds. So you are on the property, but here we have an issue. You can't see the surroundings. So this happens sometimes. So this is really not what we want right now. So you just restart, go back to the property, click again, click arrange again, and right now we should have the surroundings. So as we had the hoops, let's not refresh, because it's probably when you make the refresh thing that it bring you to this yeah, this view without the surroundings, and we really need the surroundings. So let's retry. So I refresh or the whole upland at this point, and so yeah, you click arrange, and normally we should have the surroundings. We have the surroundings now, so we can start to work this out. So yeah, first of all, something really important is to figure out what is the main street, because we have like two edges, two boundaries on some streets. So you see, sometimes you have a property with just one. There is some property actually with no edges on streets. It's pretty rare, but it happens. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a couple in St. James. There is a couple in every neighborhood. But yeah, most of the time you will have like two edges or just one edges on a street. So when it's just one edge, it's pretty easy. It's a no-brainer. You will calculate from that edges, from that edge. Sorry. But in this case, we have like a corner. It's a corner prop. So yeah, it brings this challenge. The challenge is so you can see here you have like 4 edges like out. So that's pretty complicated on this kind of property. You should like put a sidewalk all around your property. That's pretty much how you should do it. But as you can see on this example property that I recently yeah, like created to create an example. So it's really a property for example. You lose a kind of a lot of the you know, the exploitable UP2 of your property, but rest sure we set the sidewalk because the sidewalk will be really useful, and we will display a lot of stuff in the side yeah, within the sidewalls, and it has some community intrication and kind of gamified implication in the future, where you know, it comes with a really advanced structure, gamified structure. So yeah, we will announce that in the near future. But yeah, let's go back to our main subject. We want to know what is actually your main, you know, the main street between the two streets that create the corner. You really want to know that for an emerald property, because you'll see you will use the crown to you know, decide the size of the sidewalk. And it's not a square, perfect square. This crown is not a perfect square, so you have like a side that is smaller than the other one. It's a rectangle. So we really need to know what is the main street. In this case, we will choose German Street. Why? Because German Street is a more popular known streets between the two. So we'll go for German Street as the main road between the two. So what you want to do when you know the main street, you want to face the St. James part of the crown toward this main street. So in this case, German Street. When you do that, you want to have really the crown as much aligned as you can do. So I know it's a bit annoyed part, but yeah, let's make a reminder. Never use the arrow on the screen. This is total trash. You want to use weather. So I really encourage you to work on, you know, like the desktop version. On phone, it's pretty terrible. It's crashed and it's hard to, you know, move around the assets. So yeah, let's try to use the desktop version. And on the desktop version, if you have a pad, you want to put like 2 fingers and scroll, you see, and it will turn the property. it will be like pretty precise. And if you have like a mouse, I think it's the wheel, but I don't use a mouse, so I'm not 100% sure, but it should be the wheel. You click and you use the wheel, and it should turn the assets pretty gently, and you can be like as precise as you can. So yeah, so you see I put the crown straight on the street, and then I want to bring my fence, the fence I chose, so in this case the tiny fence, as close as possible as to the crown. We are creating a zone where it's let's say public. It's public areas. You see, beside your fences, it's public areas. So it's the community to decide what's going on in these areas. Of course, it's your property, but as you're part of the big St. James picture, this is how it works now. So besides the fences, your fences, it's the community to decide what will be displayed. So yeah, in short, you will have like light poles, like public light poles, bench, and all this kind of stuff that will be reward as soon as you follow the guidelines. So that's the deal. You follow the guidelines, you get drops, like asset drops, public asset drops. But again, it comes in a really complex structure with gamified gamified structure. So yeah, there is more than just like public assets. There is all different types of public assets, and they are rewarded by different process, let's say. So yeah, let's go back to the property. The sidewalk on Duke Street is smaller than the sidewalk on German Street, because Duke Street is the secondary road. And then you want to set the fences on the other edge. So this is a bit tricky part. So you have like a property that touch the 21 Duke Street, and at some point they will have like fences too. So obviously we don't want to put like a double row of fence. So the other property will use the 21 Duke Street row of fence on this share edge, this share boundary. And for some technical reason, you see there is like another little bit of edge that is directly on the street. We should have like a sidewalk in this part, but actually, yeah, it makes the things like so complicated, and it doesn't allow to have like the structure we want to put here. So yeah, this is a bit of an exception, and we'll have like kind of exception for pretty much all the properties. That's why it's really important to reach us on Discord and manage with us what should be done on this property, because it felt most of the time in the common sense, but the main part is we want to have something like really coherent. So we want to have like sidewalls, like really long part sidewalls that are always straight, so we can organize like St. James in the best way. But you'll see sometimes, like most of the time, there will be like some exceptions. Now it's time to choose house structure. So again, you see we got a hoops. So you refresh the page and it should succeed. Yeah, we got it. In the first attempt, I realized that I misplaced the building because I didn't set this corner. So I get back and grabbed few more assets, so a pole, so I can mark the corner. So yeah, the S, yeah, you show the S to the you face the S to the outside of your property, you see. So in this case you can choose whether it's on this side or more on the right side, but yeah, try to never point the S of this tiny fence in like toward in the inside of the property. It's yeah, showing the S to the outside world. So yeah, we mark the corner because try to always do that. We will reserve you as much fences components as you need to really do that. So yeah, this is the most important part because you really want to have like the fence running around the whole property, and so you really have to set this corner. So yeah, once you finish the corner, we can properly test the footprint of the structure you want. So here, these fences are a bit fun to display because you can see there is like a wave. They are wavy in some sort, and you can actually they are designed to make the cuts. You see there is a bit of a cut on some poles. Well, the cuts they are designed to have the cut toward the outside of the property, but actually you can mess around if you're a bit creative and you want to play and mess around with the wave. You can turn them around and create some new patterns. You can put the waves all in the same ways or making bigger waves. I mean, you can play around. They are designed to mess with, so that's not a problem. So here we go. Let's test. So yeah, now you can really understand why we had to set back this corner. Really important. Without this corner, you can't actually really place the property. You will face most likely issues and you will have to restart. So yeah, but I mean, like every property is different. Here we have to really push it to the corner, so we have the room for the sidewalk. But sometimes it's different. Sometimes you just don't need all that because the footprints fall right in the middle of the property because you're not a corner, and sometimes it's much more easy. That's why we choose this property for an example, because it's kind of tricky. It's a tricky property to set. Alright, so normally, yeah, this looks right. You see, we put like the fences at really strategic places, and now we're pretty sure that once we will like put the wall fencing, we'll fence the whole property, we won't have any issue. So yeah, what we are looking here in the overall St. James, we want like a neon city by night. Actually, that's why we really want this color scheme in the first place. But you'll see there is like many other reasons why we choose purple, and yeah, all felt under like huge sense. And in the server you can find a dedicated channel where we depict exactly why we choose these colors and what is the shim, the big shim on the long-term plan. So yeah, So what we want here, we want, so you have to, you can see the supermarket comes with an option. The first color, you can hit the 2 or the 12. So here we go for the darker version, so I guess it will be the 2. So we will make 2, 12, 12. The fencing will come in a later date. We didn't start to distribute fences. Again, fences will be, they will be free. They come with counterparts, but they're free. The Apex free, the dollar free. There are free drops. But yeah, of course you'll need to validate some kind of St. James engagements. But yeah, there is not much of engagement needed for. It's really passive engagements when it comes for fencing and crowns. So yeah, no big deal. Okay, we all set. So we start the construction, and now we should be headed to the spark train. And as soon as we reach our prop, we will max it out. Okay, so let's find out if we did a great job. So again, oops, you refresh the page, and it should succeed. Alright, so let's just move the fences around to just see if it's worked perfectly. So we have like a kind of an issue on this sidewalk. That's a bit of a shame, but again, every property comes with exceptions, because you know every property is different. There is a lot of restrictions from Upland in the first place. So yeah, as you can see, you can't fit properly the fence and the crown, like for like this segment. So yeah, we will just like follow the footprint, and there will be like a little bit of a hiccup with the next property, but it's not a big deal actually. You see, if we want to have everything like straight and really you know, like it's the rule and we can pass over the rules, yeah, we we won't advance. So again, it's really important to reach the team on the Discord and to check like every property case by case. And yeah, we just want to have something that makes sense overall, and yeah, it has to fall under the common sense. So as you can see, like we did a great job. We can run the fence all around the property. A bit of a hiccup on German Street, but it's no biggie again. So now I would just want to, you know, check with you what the purpose of all that. So actually, this property has the wall fencing done. So when you will use the tool, so the fences will give you, you just want to virtualize when the property will be completed with all the fencing. So here is the perfect example. Now you can really see the real you know, UP2's footprint that you can use. If it's not fitting these boundaries, it means like you can't really build, because you'd go you'd be outside of the community rules. So there is like a lot of lost space with this structure, but as we know, as you know, life is coming. So this nice restaurant can come with, you know, a lot of trees around, and in that sense, it makes sense to build on such a big property. We have to project ourselves in an upland that will be, yeah, not in not long actually, full of life and mostly full of trees. And I believe trees they will be like pretty big. So yeah, I think that's okay. For a barber shop, I don't see much of a barber shop with like a lot of trees around. I see a barber shop straight on the street, you know. So I think this property is too big for a barber shop. So yeah, this is like the London mansion. So this property is not really great. So it fits, and actually like it fits pretty perfectly. So this would make sense. It totally makes sense to build this property here. It's really nice. You see, you put some grass, you put some little trees, public light poles and bench around the property, and you have like a total banger. That's for sure. But the main problem of this structure is that it has only one living unit. And yesterday it didn't matter at all. We didn't care much about living units, but now with the uppies coming to Upland, it's a big deal. So one living unit is kind of a big loss, you know, for for the overall gameplay. So yeah, I encourage to build this structure, but only in really specific case if it's really makes sense. And the last one you just see, yeah, it doesn't fit, so it shouldn't be built on such property. This is another great example. It fits. The proportion is okay, but to me, this property shouldn't take such building. It's look awkward because it's too tall. And this is some sort of building that should be like in a row, you know. You should have like this kind of building like yeah, literally like 5 in a row, or they shouldn't be. It should be like from make some blocks, you know. And of course this small town house, it's way too small. You have like such a lot of UP2 that doesn't work out. And yeah, the micro house too, it's just not making sense at all. So again, if you it's really want what you want, it's your properties. And if you can advocate like the fact that that's what you want, you can have it. Of course, it's your properties, guys. So let's just discuss, like let's just have like the conversation going. And that's how everything will work, like communication first, of course. But yeah, common sense is a big deal though. So keep that in mind when you reach out to us. We will privilege like common sense, always common sense. Okay, that's the last bonus part of the video. It's just a tutorial on how properly yeah, set the fencing all around your properties. So there is key aspects to respect actually. So yeah, again, we are on an emerald prop again. So you see, we take like High Market as the main street. So the St. James sign in the on the crown is toward High Market Street. Here we put like it's the entrance portal. So we put it like straight in the middle of this H, this boundary, this prop boundary. And yeah, I calculate, as you can see, I calculate the poles. I put the crown on in the corner, and at the opposite corner of the crown, I put the pole, and that shows you directly where the limits are. And then yeah, you just like, you know, keep adding, keep moving your crown. So you have a perfect straight line, and you have at the end of the day a perfect sidewalk. Again, sidewalk will be like major important in the following of the urban development of St. James. So yeah, maybe just right now it doesn't make sense for you, but yeah, you'll see how cool it ends up. I just want to drop a special mention that we are trying to move as fast as possible within the upland boundaries, the upland restrictions. Right now, upland doesn't create public space for now, even if parks are coming. But when you think about sidewalks and roads, I think we are pretty far from it. It will come at some point, and I think sidewalks will be outside. So the sidewalks, areas will be outside of your property. I envision this like that because when you check on it's cadastre. We buy cadastres, and the sidewalks that are outside of cadastre. If you check in real life, if you check on Google Map or Apple Plan, you will check and see that sidewalks are outside of the boundaries of your property. So I believe Upland will at some point release that it is. So it's not a problem. We'll just at this moment we will just move let's say the fences, and we will get back more space for your own properties. Again, everything in the plan at this point is aiming to be destroyed and rebuilt, so no big deal. We just want to move forward right now, and right now it's just the cleverest things to do. But yeah, expect in the future different updates, and different will take different direction, of course. So as you can see, it's pretty long. If you want to make it right, it's pretty. This video is accelerated by 10 times, and I skipped the part where I moved the items to the properties. So yeah, it's pretty tough. Let's be honest. It's pretty tough, but at the end of the day, St. James, more than other hoods, is super expensive. So it's it's proper investment. So if you respect your money, if you respect your investment, you can drop a little bit of time to make your property looks great, actually. So yeah, again, I think it's an important point. Maybe you really don't like the asset that will be dropped. I'm not talking about public assets, because public assets they has to be in the St. James alignment. I mean, there has to be the same pretty much everywhere. Really, we need a really strong organization around public asset. But if for example these fences you don't like, and the other options you don't like, you can reach out to us and propose alternatives that you would buy from the open market, from a creator, a designer. And if it match with the overall let's say artistic direction of St. James, of course we can allow you to use different assets or the fences. But yeah, it has to be in the team, so it has to look night-ish vibe, purplish if possible. But if really you don't like purple, we can of course understand that yeah, but it would have to be something dark, something not bright. Yeah, we have to figure out together. Again, communication is key. So yeah, in this fence there is the panels, the full panels. You have half panels and quarter panels. As you can see, there is a quarter and a half panel just here. So you can really adjust yeah, you can always find a way to adjust perfectly your fence around. So that's what makes this fence super ergonomic and evolutive, and yeah, it has been designed to be the most adaptive possible. You can make straight lines, curves, like positive angles, negative angles, all sort of stuff. So that makes those fences pretty easy to display. Alright, hope this video helps, and yeah, don't hesitate to drop some feedback, and yeah, see you around.